Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Codex. Tastes and Artosis here, bringing you the best Starcraft 2 action in the world. How was that intro, Artosis?
You were like, I don't know, man. That was like really professional. It wasn't what I was expecting out of you. Not to say that you aren't professional, but it's a different flavor than your normal intro.
Yeah, I mix it up every once in a while.
That's pretty good.
Welcome to the GSL. We're here in Seoul, Korea with the best Starcraft 2 players. Out there anywhere. We got some great games coming up here.
Well, the games here today, Tastes, I'm a little bit nervous because my voice kind of went out a few days ago, remember?
Yeah, you were a little sick.
Yeah, my voice just kind of went out, and it's starting to come back, but I can't go like real high-pitched with it right now. Like I was trying to talk to my dog in the baby voice this morning, and it just wasn't really working. I was like, actually, I just tried to do it, and that's the sound that comes out. So with the players we have today and how much I'd like to scream like a little girl with them around, it's actually going to be a really hard day for me casting.
Yeah. It will not be easy for you. So I will have to carry the weight. My back might hurt from carrying the team.
It might.
We will see.
Your nerd back?
My nerd back.
If I were to get on your back, you would just go like that.
This is the reason why I can't ride on a motorcycle is my posture's so bad. You know, we're actually the same height, but if I don't actually sit up straight, I actually get down.
Actually,
so low.
And here's another thing. We're the same height, but your legs are a little bit longer. My torso's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So
now you guys know.
When we're hurdling, it really helps them out.
Yeah, it's great, actually. So our first match today is going to be MMA against NesTea. It should be a lot of fun. MMA, a champion. NesTea, I think even more so a champion. He's won more major competitions, basically the best Zerg in the world against one of the best Terrans in the world. It should be a lot of fun. Also, feel free to check out GOMTV.net on Twitter. It is simply GOMTV. Right, just GOMTV, right? And add us on Twitter. I'm Call Me Tastes. He's Artosis. Check out our mobile services here at GOMTV. We have a lot of content for you guys, so you can tune in and check out more and more stuff at any point in time with that. So that's great. Keep up to date with all the StarCraft 2 stuff going on around the world. Any predictions for this match, Artosis?
MMA NesTea could absolutely go either way, but I will give the edge to NesTea because he is the greatest of the great.
I'm going to give it to NesTea as well.
Of course.
Think MMA, he won our previous GSL, but to MVP's defense, I think MVP, he played in the BlizzCon tournament. Of course, our finals were at BlizzCon about a month ago. It was a situation where he really had to play all day. MVP did in that BlizzCon tournament. MMA did not.
Makes a huge difference,
MVP could have been a little bit burnt out. Not that MMA is not good. He's very good, but it's a factor.
Think about this, all right, because this is actually a sport, guys, and the nerds out there who try to say, no, you're not nerds. What are you doing?
Well, actually, if you don't think it's a sport, you just don't actually have a very good grasp of what a sport is. You're not actually very good at words. It's actually true.
That's it.
I was going to tell people this. I'm like, well, I guess you're just not.
Well, I don't think it's.
I guess you're just not comfortable with it being a sport. But
what happened to MVP at BlizzCon? It's like, imagine Michael Jordan, right? If he plays basketball all day long, he gets tired, and then at the end he has to play like Game 5 of the NBA championships after playing basketball all day long. It's going to take a toll, man. You're not going to play your absolute best. So, anyways, let's take a look. These are the players we have left in the round of 16. Slayers MMA, I'm happy. TSL Live, MVP SC. Okay, MVP SC.
This is like an eye test at the bottom of our screen. I'm like, well, I could see Leenock, but
Slayers,
I am happy. I don't know if I could read that. I mean, does this mean I don't have 20/20 vision? I don't know.
Gumiho, MVP, and Jakji, that's the Terrans. And for Protoss, we have Huck, Oz, Killer, MC, and Puzzle. Then for Zerg, we have NesTea, Leenock, and we used to have Slayers Coca, but he is gone.
We need to talk about that.
We will
Story
talk about
time. That. No, go right now.
So if you guys haven't heard yet, in one of the Korean weeklies run by the great Diamond, he used to be of IC Cup, now it's Esports Vision TV. A great little tournament series. A Code Ace spot is up for grabs, and Slayers Coca was playing Xenex, who is now actually Beyond Prime or whatever the hell he wants to call himself. Anyways, he got knocked out of Code A all the way, so this is for Code A slot while Coca is in Code S. So during the game when Beyond was out 2-0, basically, he was dead in game 2. He told Coca to leave, and Coca left, and then just gave him the win in the series. That's called match fixing.
It's called
and cheating. That's called being so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, not only are you cheating, but you're actually being a complete dumbass.
You are so stupid if you actually type in a replay that is going to be broadcasted to fix the match. All right, match fixing is a real thing. It happens, guys. There are matches that are fixed occasionally, and this one, they broadcast it. So goodbye to Slayer's Coca. You are out of the GSL.
You are
Goodbye
dumb.
to Beyond. You're not going to be here anytime soon. I have no idea when they'll be back.
I don't know.
But anyways, let's get off that and talk about this guy.
This guy.
The subject of today, NesTea. Tasteless?
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Just a question. Please answer truthfully, okay? Who's your favorite StarCraft 2 pro?
NesTea.
Yes.
That was correct, right?
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know what? Some people you ask and they don't answer NesTea. And that's because
They're
NesTea, he loves to just slay nerds in this thing we call esports in StarCraft 2. But if NesTea was everyone's favorite, then I think the industry would kind of fall apart because no one would ever cheer for other players, no one would care. It would only be about NesTea, even though it kind of is. So what he does is he makes some people think that he's not their favorite, even though he is.
Tricks them in his play.
Yeah. Like, we can't have, it be 100% everyone is just 100% an NesTea fan. Like, everyone is, but, like, some people don't think they are. So if you are one of those people out there that are like, no, it's my own free will. No, actually, it's not. I'm sorry.
It's not, actually.
It's NesTea tricking you. He got you.
Shadows and mirrors everywhere.
You've been gotten by NesTea. You got gotten.
NesTea against MMA. As you can see, here's her match history. Previously, and by the way, the win that MMA had against NesTea was one of the games. Let me tell you something, guys. I've casted so many games, I do not remember all of them, but that was one I will never forget. MMA really picked apart NesTea. It was a very impressive game. Look at NesTea's pounding his hands together, getting ready to crush nerds.
The NesTea win, though, is more recent, and he didn't lose a single drone. He made MMA look like a fool.
A jibbity jobber.
Yeah, man. Here's a great stat that Artosis' private stats man, Polarius1, gave him. NesTea, in all of Codes history, aside from March Codes, every other Codes, he has either won or lost to MVP.
Oh, my God.
So NesTea, actually, that is the majesty that is NesTea, the greatest human ever to have graced this planet.
MMA is up for a serious challenge here against a player like NesTea. NesTea just untouchable, quite a superhuman. He normally mashes nerds up into powder.
That's it, man.
Yeah, he turns them into nerd powder.
He does. He carries them around in his
After the
Undertaker
nerd is dead and cremated, he takes the cremated char out and snorts it. It's like, NesTea, you need to show some respect. All right.
NesTea blowing nerds.
Blowing nerds. All right. It's time. MMA against NesTea. Here deep in Codes. Who's going to move on? We're going to find out soon here at the GSL Codes. Thank you to our sponsors. In the upper left, champion of our previous GSL, defeating MVP, one of the best Terrans in the world, mentored by Slayer's Boxer.
Slayers MMA.
It would be funny if they just read the name up as like, Ma.
It would. That's like what you say to a dog to make it run through the snow pulling your sled.
That's mush.
Oh.
In the bottom right,
listen,
we have...
You expert.
I do dog sledding.
Tasteless is a dog sled racer, actually.
You know, my family actually has a breed of dogs.
That's right. Mine does, too. Her name is Pippa.
Ow. No, actually, if you guys... I'm not even joking. Go on Wikipedia. That's actually the Plot Hound. Oh, there are some nerds. They're trying to act normal, but they can't. They're going to smile. All right.
All right.
All right, take a look at this winner prediction.
MMA getting 28%, NesTea with 36%. Those are both pretty reasonable, actually. You know, if I look at this group, it's pretty darn hard to say who's going to get out. The one person I look at, I'm like, I don't know, man, is Leenock. Because, I mean, it's Huck, Leenock, NesTea, MMA, and it's like, oh, Leenock. This is a hard group, man. This is a group of death right now.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty tough. All right, the barracks, about 80% complete. NesTea, note, he puts his overlords in very specific locations. He wants to make sure he sees what's coming and can respond in time. And it looks like against a player like MMA, he doesn't actually want to have his overlords all over the map because MMA will find them and kill them. That's actually one of the things MMA is very good at if you watch his games.
Yeah, he's an overlord hunter, Tasteless. You know, Shark Week?
Yeah.
For MMA, it's always Overlord Week.
Oh, wow.
52 weeks a year, tasteless. 53 weeks a year, tasteless.
He actually makes the Earth orbit around the sun a little bit slower so we can get one more week.
Of killing overlords.
Of killing overlords, yeah.
That's who he is, man. That's how he expresses himself.
All right, the hatchery is on the way.
Super quick command from MMA.
Yep.
Great to see, very refreshing. It's not a reactor Hellion expand, so my brain thanks MMA right now. And, that's just going to give him a little bit more economy early on. And, well, tasteless, what do you think, man? These cross positions on Antigua, of course, make it a very long way to attack.
Yeah, this should be a long game.
Yeah, I would say so. See those Marines? They're looking for overlords, man.
See, guys?
They're looking. Sorry, Marines, you're not getting on this Discovery
Little
Channel.
do you know. You like the Discovery Channel?
It's a good channel.
It's actually a good channel.
It's actually one of the
I actually don't trust people who don't like the Discovery Channel.
Yeah, why would you trust those people?
I know, you can't trust
It's
them.
actually a good channel.
The History Channel is a
It
good
was
channel,
actually,
too.
to be honest, the Discovery Channel came out with like a lot of shows that are pretty cool, but I liked it better when it was only animals. Like just this Serengeti and stuff like that. Like just shows like lions and gazelles and stuff all the time when I was like a little kid.
It's like teaching me about this lizard and its crazy mating dance.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
That was the best when it was that. Someone's like, how about Animal Planet? No!
No!
Animal Planet's
Animal Planet's
terrible.
bad. It's like, let's watch dogs with funny hats on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. And while I do love to put funny hats on dogs, or rather watch it, I don't like to do it because I feel evil. But
Oh,
look at
nice.
this, he's going over the overlord.
Oh!
Ah!
It got away.
All right. So, NesTea is making a few more lings just to be safe. His speed not quite done yet. He's going to have about 8 lings sitting around. Make sure he's safe from any Marines like that. I love that MMA knows he can push across the map right there with 4 Marines and force a few more lings. You know, that's...
Well, it shows you how good his game sense is, because that's actually a little bit risky.
And what he just did was 2 less drones for NesTea. That's exactly what that did. It caused him to make 4 more lings. NesTea did not overmake. He never overmakes Zerglings. That is something an imperfect human would do. NesTea, though, being a perfect human, only made 4 more, which means 2 less drones. But hey, man, you need to do that every single time against NesTea and force 2 less drones. Because guess what, Tasteless? That's 10 less minerals. And then guess what? It's 20 less minerals. And then what, Tasteless?
30?
30 less minerals.
Yeah.
Well,
It's cutting the corners is how you get ahead in this game. Go ahead, Artosis.
we have a couple more hatcheries going up for NesTea
That's
before
our
even
early
a layer.
4th hatch.
Yeah, that's
He only has 1 gas, too, so...
And, you don't normally see the 3rd base too quickly. Sometimes you do. I mean, it happens. But what NesTea is planning here is, hey, I'm going to drone like a madman and get plenty of larvae and thus have enough lings and banelings that I can take a super quick 3rd. And if MMA doesn't do any damage anytime soon, well, he's actually going to go ahead and expand himself, so that's very smart. That's how he's going to go ahead and counter this. Because if you don't expand really quickly and try to keep up with NesTea here, you're going to have a really, really hard time.
No, those lings retreat the very second they see the Marines and the 2 Marauders. The 2 Marauders are here to tank for baneling damage.
Yep.
So...
And, I mean, Stim not anywhere really near done, so he might be in trouble because NesTea's doing nothing but lings right now. But this Overlord could be taken out.
if he loses this Overlord, he should not be attacking in here.
Oh, that's like exactly what... There you go, and that's the rest of the lings right there. But 16 more are on the way as well. NesTea doesn't really care if he loses a lot, but what he's trying to do is minimize damage from this. He's going to have more lings popping out here. And he doesn't
nice.
want... Ooh, that's
Look at
good
that, going behind
positioning.
the refinery and the minerals. Yeah, that's...
Yeah. Oh, that's so hard to get rid of.
He could even make like a bunker. Yeah, okay, he's going to make a bunker.
Well, there are banelings coming in here as well, so that's really going to help out. And here we go, the banelings coming in. Oh my God, the baneling was just like, no, I don't think I'll hit those Marines. If he had detonated on the Marines, this attack would already be over. Big mistake there.
And now he can target down these Marines. NesTea's actually in some trouble. He will hold this off, but I mean, is it really
costs
efficient?
way more than he wanted to. Way. That one time the baneling was right next to the Marines, but he did not detonate. A little micro error from NesTea that cost him like 10 more lings and 3 more banelings, and that's too bad. Not too often we see a mistake like that from NesTea.
Well, that's that whole thing where he's just trying to fool us into thinking he's not actually a perfect human.
Well, the thing is, we can't let him win every season.
Yeah.
Every season, I have this theory that all money from GSL goes to NesTea. Because people are like, thank you for the fame, NesTea. He's like, okay, but give me the money. Money. NesTea, our GSL millionaire.
All right, so he's moving out now.
We do have Siege mode on the way. A couple eBays going up for MMA right now. Gonna get his upgrade groove going.
All right, he's moving out again here. And Siege mode is complete, right?
Ooh.
No, excuse me.
He actually had an opportunity right there to possibly take out a Siege tank with all those Zerglings that he had up there, but was a little bit nervous. There is
about 30 Zerglings on the way, 10 Banelings on the way.
His lair not done yet. This is such a late lair. But, you know, no Baneling speed is going to make this really hard for NesTea. You know, Baneling speed is just something so important in taking out a push like this. And in MMA, targeting down slow Banelings, it's going to be kind of easy for him. He's got to attack, though, before the bunkers are up. When the bunkers are up, it becomes unbelievably cost inefficient.
All right, nice picking those Marines back up. Here we go. Can he make this work?
MMA not targeting those Banelings very well. And wow, NesTea just clobbering through this. Does lose a lot, but kills off the Siege tanks, kills off the Marines, and he is completely fine in the supplies. Very similar, and in fact, 64 SCVs to 61 drones. That's pretty impressive.
Wow, really nice flank there. Although, you know, to be frank, I am surprised that MMA is actually pushing at this distance like this.
Yeah, that was...
You know, it's cross spots on the map.
But, you know, the fact that it's such a late layer, it does happen to work out and do okay, but not nearly as well as it should have. If he had targeted the Banelings a little bit better there, I think he lost vision of the high ground for a second because I saw the tank targeting Banelings and then it moved. So, little mistake there. But right now we have a bajillion Speedlings out, 76 in fact, with 11 Banes. We have +1 melee about to finish. Baneling speed about halfway done. And the Spire almost done.
We have the attack and armor here about to finish for, excuse me, for our Terran player. NesTea's creep spread pretty good. It kind of got stifled during those pushes. You can't really push the creep trimmers out too much further. Also, no, MMA did not actually destroy the creep trimmers during that push.
Yeah,
That's actually surprising.
There. Yeah, it looks like he wanted to just focus on his economy a little bit more, and it's kind of paying off. You know, he does have a lot of supply right now. But he's loading up some dropships tasteless, and the Spire's done, so we may see a bunch of Mutalisks being morphed pretty quickly here.
All right, the creep tumor is continuing to spread out now, as you guys can see here. NesTea just opening up the map here. Zerg want to have as much mobility and opportunities to surround as possible.
And well, we do have a couple medevacs tasteless.
And he will see this, so his hand will be tipped here. The upper right, though, that drop over there, will this be effective?
We will see. Targeting down. I love targeting that medevac a little bit. And it looks like the medevac not finding a great place, but a ton of mutas are about to pop out, and these medevac drops look like they're going to be very inefficient. In the meantime, clearing out some creep tumors.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, this is a drop that was just a little bit too late. Once the Spire's finished, drops become much less effective.
Yeah. You know, it was a really weird Spire time, so we may have even thought that NesTea was going to skip mutas. Not
just go
really
to investors or something.
Yeah, it's not so much his style, though. He doesn't do that too often, but I think MMA was caught off guard a little bit by how late those mutas were actually out. But we have more mutas and Banelings on the way. +1 carapace about to finish for NesTea. He's got 1-1 now against the 1-1 of MMA. MMA getting a good setup, though. And looks like he's getting ready for another base.
All right, very nice so far. NesTea, excuse me, just doing a great job moving in here, damaging the command center. He wants to force the Marines to stim and attack into him. Now, MMA, just continuing to move around the map now. And I think he's got to get back and get ready to defend here. MMA has got some pretty scary presence in the middle of the map.
Yeah, he does. That's a pretty sick setup. He's even got a missile turret in there. A Thor as well. That's going to make the mutas very useless.
I think he can't... Well, actually, he is maxed out.
They're both, yeah. Both pretty heavily maxed out, in fact.
Basically, I think he's going to wait there until NesTea tries to stick up fourth base.
And, you know, this is really smart by MMA. Well, not this particularly right there, but what he's doing is getting a Ghost Academy, getting his level 3 upgrades, and just adding on a lot of buildings to build things.
Nice. Moving here with some Marines. Over here, it looks like he may counterattack into the main, but the army is now turning around. Here we go, into the main.
And this is pretty big. Those Banelings, a lot of them being picked off. Beautiful moves there. And in fact, NesTea might be in some trouble.
All right, right now NesTea's about to lose his third base. We don't really know what's going to happen to the Terran's main in his primary expansion. He does lose the third base. NesTea in a lot of trouble, feeling the heat. The army now turning around.
Oh! The Baneling's doing absolutely zilch right there. That is not good for NesTea. In fact, he's down almost 30 supply right now. But in the meantime, he's killing off a lot of SCV states. If he can somehow stabilize at home, maybe he can get something done.
Well, the scary thing is going to be the push after this. I mean, he can reclaim that location. You know, NesTea, by the way, guys, with 2,000 minerals. I don't know, man. I don't think NesTea can win this.
Yeah, he may not be able to, Tasteless. You know, there is right now a drop in his natural base, but not anything happening with that. A decent Mutalisk block out right now, but let's take a look. It's 48 drones to 44 SCVs. So actually, NesTea's economy hurt in a lot of ways worse than his opponents as there are Mutals out.
All right, the Thors and the Mutas coming out now.
Oh man, and his Mutas are very red, Tasteless.
Yeah.
They are so
red pepper Mutas.
A couple pumpkin Mutas in there as well. It's not even Halloween anymore.
I know, get that pumpkin off the forge. You know, it's all nasty. Right,
it's
guys?
all nasty, man.
Anybody? All right, I think this next push may kill NesTea. I mean, it's 170 supply to 174.
Yeah, that's quite a...
That's a game of math where one number is just so much higher. You don't even have to really micro.
It's a really boring game of math.
It's a really bad game of math, man.
I don't know who made that math game.
Can be fun too.
Can be.
Well, unless it's math homework.
Yeah, that's normally not so fun.
No, it's not fun.
And if it is, congratulations.
Ouch!
Oh.
Not a single Muta killed though. They're all bruised. Coming over now to save his expansion.
Oh man. Not working out all that well, though. A lot of units coming up right now. He's going to have to cancel that. No way to keep that alive. And in fact, with the Mutas trapped on the left side, he's even going to drop the main. I love that move by MMA. Such quick thinking.
All right, the Zerglings and Banelings are coming out now. The Mutas are being shot down. A very high number of them. Only 4 Mutas remain. 5, excuse me.
And this is not looking good, Tasteless. It looks
dead.
like NesTea is definitely going to lose this game.
Especially with the gold base being taken by MMA at the upper center.
Well, I mean, this is really, MMA's on 4 bases. NesTea is mining from basically 1.
That was a lucky overlord. All right, we have these, he's trying to come in here. NesTea is basically trying to buy time, but I just don't see it happening. He hasn't quite been killed off yet, but yeah, there you go. GG.
So MMA, very, very good play.
Yeah, really impressive.
He played it really, really well. NesTea, you know, he made a few mistakes. Wasn't able to stop the pushes. But you know what? He still is in this tournament. He's not out yet. He's probably pretty angry right now.
NesTea actually generally looks incredibly pissed off whenever he loses the game.
Yeah, he does. It's the slight difference in his brow.
He could actually crush a Coke can with his brow. He gets that angry.
Yeah, of course he could.
Throws it in the recycling bin.
He could recycle it, in fact, with his brow. Like,
yeah, he
folds it with his brow like that, and then he goes like this, and then the Coke can is brand new, and it's for like a different soda, and it's actually like, instead of one of those small cans, now it's a big can. We don't know how he
takes like a Coca-Cola can and just turns it into a NesTea can. I'm like, oh my God.
He turns it into a plastic NesTea bottle.
Oh my God, how does he do that? I don't know. He turns it into a bag of NesTea tea. How does he do that? I don't know. All right.
He's an alchemist. He has the NesTea stone. I mean, the Philosopher's Stone. It was originally called the NesTea stone.
Then they had to change it.
Oh, someone tweeted me the funniest NesTea joke.
Oh, please tell me.
When Alexander Graham Bell invented the phone, he had 2 missed calls from NesTea. Whoever tweeted me that, you're hilarious.
That's so funny.
That was great.
I'm actually jealous. That's actually a good.
I know. I should have just said it was.
Is that original though, or is that like something from like a Chuck Norris joke or something?
Oh, maybe it is. Actually,
you know what I mean.
Still, it was funny as hell to me.
Joke.
I turned my frown upside down that day. Actually, I'm never frowning.
Yeah, you don't frown.
I only
actually.
frown to work out because it uses more muscles.
Yeah, man. When you frown, you remind me of Beaker. Yeah, it does actually use more muscles. Now that you actually mentioned that, it's true. Now, we're going to go into our next game here. It's going to be Huck against Lenok.
Pretty sick matchup, and
Yeah.
you know, I gotta say, Huck has been playing brilliantly. Lenok has been playing great as well.
Yeah.
But as far as ZVP goes, I feel like that's not necessarily Lenok's absolute best. His ZVT is really where you're like, oh my god, Lenok. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Well, you know, I was talking to Wolf about this over lunch a while ago, but who's the best Protoss? And eventually we were kind of sitting there thinking, is Huck actually the best Protoss in the world? I mean, if you look at the results,
Results based.
what he's done,
Yeah, he
I don't
flies
know.
around like a lot. So
that's
you know,
actually what really
I don't want
impressed me
to
the most.
just give him that crown because there's a lot of great Protosses over here that don't get the opportunity to fly
like
around.
Younghwa and Sage.
Yeah, some of these other ones, well, you know, he's obviously much more accomplished than these guys, but, you know, there's quite a few that are quite good as well. But, you know, the map we're going to be playing this on is Crossfire, Tasteless. And Crossfire, I feel like, in this matchup, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to use the IMBA word. I think it's imbalanced on this match. It seems like it is so hard for Zerg to win here. There are
I
so
agree.
many tiny choke points.
Well,
I
it's
feel
like you're
you-
fighting in an ant farm.
You're forced. You have to go mute on this map.
Yeah.
You can't go Roach here. If you go Roach here and you win, Protoss really screwed up, man. He really screwed up.
And of course, if they know that that's coming, then they can respond to mute. So
Yeah, and so you can play like an anti-mutalist game on this map. And I mean, even if they are going Roach, they're like, okay, LOL, and they just like hold areas with sentries and stuff and tech up to Colossus, and then
yeah,
like
sentries are so strong on this
yeah,
map.
this is a hard map for Lenok against Huck, no doubt about that.
All right, Lenok.
But again, you know, Huck is he's more accomplished than Lenok as well. So it's like, I'm really feeling Huck to win this game is what I'm trying to say,
I
guys.
don't see Huck losing this. Look at Hydralist. They have nerd back too.
They actually do.
They
yeah,
have
that's
sick
true.
nerd back. Sickest nerd back.
Well, as you see, Crossfire SC, of course, no more gold bases. No more gold bases at all in the GSL, in fact. We decided that, you know what? Enough of GOMTV, enough of mules on gold bases carrying back 1,000 minerals per run.
Per trip.
Like, it's not 1,000. Stop being so biased.
You're biased. Where I come from, sarcasm doesn't exist. Don't you hate that one guy who just doesn't get the joke? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of that person, we all can't have fun.
It's true,
It's
man.
like the guy who's offended by everything on the internet. He's like outraged by stuff. It's like
I know.
he's like sitting at home and he's like, wait a minute.
That was out of line. I'm like,
Am I supposed to be
Wow.
offended by that? And then he looks up in the distance. He's like, I think I'm offended by that. No, man. All right.
get some personality, nerd.
I know. Get an identity, man. All right. Huck against Lenok. PVZ Huck, the favorite here by results, the favorite here by the map. Can Lenok recover? Can Lenok win? We're going to find out soon here at the GSL Kodas, casted by Tastes and Artosis, the Casting Archon, here in Seoul, Korea at GOMTV.net.